my opinion don't matter, come get you a shot of this.
Because she see money. Beyonce ain't trying to give back the music and none of that. Beyonce don't write music, and Betty could sing her. So Beyonce can't sing.
I don't like Beyonce.
Okay.
She definitely can't
I don't
sing.
know why they be thinking she can sing. They just
Man,
Man,
I watched my
Holler.
the
godmama
Beyonce
beat
train
and sing,
Beyonce, give
She
her
just
Beyonce
vocal
go
holler.
lessons
crazy.
all her
all
career,
Beyonce
man.
does is
Beyonce can't go.
make her
All she do
sing.
is holler.
Listen,
I
Beyonce,
Beyonce,
take
she can
Beyonce
Kelly
go.
sing,
over
but
her.
she not raw like that.
Yeah,
Be, I'm,
Kelly
gonna say
Kelly
my
already
unpopular
right like
opinion
that.
right now. Beyonce is to R&B what Jay-Z is to New York. That's why they together. Jay-Z ain't never won the greatest rapper alive. Whoever put him on a level of that. New York
Because
lost
he ain't.
Biggie. They needed a hero. They wanted to be the mega of hip hop, and they just handed it over to Jay-Z.
Then, January 6th, Donald Trump called an insurrection to the state capitol where they stormed, assaulted, and threatened lives of our people in the same country we live and die for, right? And all y'all got to do is worry about and try to assassinate my character about who I like and who I think can't sing. People really listen to yourself. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Beyonce, the #1 performer I ever seen besides of Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Can she sing? Yeah. She can't sing. She ain't in my top. Beyonce ain't Stephanie Mills. She ain't in my top. Beyonce ain't Stephanie Mills. She ain't Patti LaBelle. She ain't Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. She ain't the Adele. But that's my opinion. That she might be your Adele. She might be your Whitney Houston. That's my opinion. I told my homeboys, oh, Chris Brown is on the level of Michael Jackson. They like, you crazy, you disrespecting the king. The Thriller album did this. I'm telling you something I feel, and I'm telling you something that Michael Jackson told Chris Brown himself. Mike was a fan of Chris Brown and told Chris Brown, I like everything you do, how you sing, how you represent, and how you perform. I'm a big fan of yours. That's huge. Keep up the work, Breezy. A lot of people don't like Drake. Do I think Drake is my favorite rapper in the world? No. Everybody know my favorite rapper is Tupac. But you gotta respect Drake because he got more hits than anybody in the history. Do he have enough Grammys, enough hardware? No. Because a lot of things go different ways for different reasons. Now, I'm gonna tell you again. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Adele, Stephanie Mills, Shirley Murdoch, Betty Wright, the late great Miss Betty Wright. Those are my favorite singers. Those are the people I believe that are vocalists that have a strong voice and a strong thing. For y'all, for all y'all who think that my opinion don't matter, come get you a shot.
POPAVIST made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. That's 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. We go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. That knock, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, that energy. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where the bread. What it do, YouTube? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then please come on in. Over here, we deal with sports, hip hop, interviews, Popavisms 101, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit left, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. And if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, then we appreciate you. But you know how we do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We is in the end game, people. We in the end game because playoff P had a chance to ice the game or at least give them win or overtime, and he missed both of his free throws. Doggy, this is the narrative, and it happens. Like he still came out, I think, with 29, 27. Even Devin Booker got brought down a little notch. But you at the end of the game, you a superstar, or at least definitely an all-star, two-way player. Make one. Make them got to make the, you know what I mean, score the basket or hit a long three to win the game. Prayer. Hail Mary, come with me. Hail Mary, run with me. And you miss. Came up super short. And this is the third series where they down 0-2. I don't know if they could come back from this one. I mean, I know I said that Dallas last series, now this series. But I think Phoenix is probably a different animal right now. And DeAndre Ayton is playing He's playing out of this world right now. That's the leadership of Chris Paul. But y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Let's get right into it. So Trick Daddy is trending. You know what I mean? He was on Clubhouse talking his shit, talking his talky talk with his opinion. And a lot of people was, they in the uproar. They got their panties in the bunch. And whether you swaying on the side of he's spitting straight facts, as I've been hearing some people say, or you on the side like this nigga's on drugs. Stay off the weedin', yeah, like Stephen A. Stay off the weedin', and you leaning towards that side. You know I was going to jump in, throw my 2 cents in the pot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, throw my little 2 cents in the pot. And it's two sides to this, you know what I mean? Well, two sides I'm going to address. First, let's talk about can Beyonce sing or not? Because it seems like when he first came out with his statement on Clubhouse, he was saying she can't sing at all. Like his godmother or whoever was trying to been teaching her for years or coaching her for years. Then in another video where he got the bleach and all that, and he like, yo, y'all worrying about me and it's a whole lot of other things in the world going on besides little old me. You know what I mean? Like if you don't like my opinion or you think my opinion is up here goes some bleach for you to drink. Like take a shot of some bleach. Maybe that'll wash away, you know what I mean, all your sins. You know what I mean? So, in that particular video, he was saying she could sing, but she can't sing. And then he quoted some people, or he stated some people, in his opinion, who he think that she can't sing better than. And one of them was Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle, Mariah Carey. I think he even said Betty White, you know what I mean? And I think Beyonce can sing better than Betty White. But I do agree with Patti LaBelle. I do agree with Whitney Houston. And then you got those that's like, oh, that's more like the church vibe. He named Stephanie Mills as well, who I also think could blow. You know what I mean? And he gave Beyonce a prop saying, as far as the performers, she like top 3. Michael, MJ, that'd be Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to the king. You know what I mean? Chris Brown, one of the new kings of this shit. You know what I mean? And her. You know what I mean? I never seen Beyonce live, but I seen her, you know, on the documentaries and the videos and the award shows and all that. She's definitely top-notch performer, like top-notch, like all the way top-notch. You don't mind paying $500 for a front row seat to watch her do her 1-2s. But can she sing like those ladies that he mentioned? Is it a knock saying that she can't sing like them? I don't think so. I don't think it's a knock. In fact, it's not just her. You could point out a lot of people in this era, and I say this era, I mean like 2021, going back 10 years, going back, dare I say, 2000. It's not really a lot of singers that could sing on the level of a Whitney Houston or Patti LaBelle, Nita Baker, you know, Stephanie Mills, like he said, Mariah, you know, and there's levels to it. So, you know, no matter where you fall in, I'll take it even further and say this. If it was a versus between, like, I think I'm in the middle, fall in the middle, you know what I mean? As far as, like, you got the Temptation era, the Delphonics, the Spinners, the Dells, the Temptations, the OJs, like the list goes on and on and on and on. In that era, like that's my mom's in them era, like, you know what I mean? Grandma's in them era. So as a kid, we heard these things coming up, the Al Greens, you know what I mean? Well, loving, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Then you got my era, the 90s, and the Jodeci's, and the Boys the Men's, and the, you know what I mean, the Mint Conditions, and, you know, those type of vibes. And then you got this era, you know what I'm saying? Now, R. Kelly is in the early 90s as well. But imagine if it was a versus between, like, that era where I said, like, the Timbs and Delphonics and the Spinners and all that, versus my era, the 90s Jodeci's and all that. It would be a landslide for that era. Like, it would be a landslide. Like, so many hits, so many classics, so many stuff that we took from, like, oh, they made it a hot song. We're going to take some lines from them. You're going to take some beats from them and make it a hot song. We're going to try to make it a whole hot album. You know what I mean? R&B and hip-hop. So in that sense, where he's coming from, I don't think he offers rocker. I don't think he offered the white lines. You know what I mean? I don't think he bugging out. I think when he first came out and he said that she couldn't sing, he was probably a little bugging out. And I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Like, he just was talking crazy. That's why he cleaned it up. Like, I'm not saying she can't sing. I'm saying she can't sing like in church. Like that movie, Dreamgirls. Jamie Foxx, I think Eddie Murphy was in there too, I think. And Jennifer Hudson, who I think is a great singer. You know what I mean? Like, I think she could really blow. She may not have the most hit songs or hit records, but talent-wise, I think she's up there. You know what I mean? And that movie right there, I think Jamie was messing with her. Then he was messing with Beyonce. Then, you know, I don't remember the movie like that, but I know at the end of the movie, or towards the end of the movie, Beyonce had her chance to shine, like singing a song where she had to really like sing and emotions and hit high notes, and she killed it pretty much. Basically, she killed it. You know what I mean? Brush your shoulders off. She killed it. I think that was more indicative of, it ain't like she just some walk in the park, playing with kids in the park, and like, you know what I'm saying, barbecue chicken. But she just wasn't on their level, in my opinion, you know what I mean, as far as singing. Now, she may have more hits than them. She probably got definitely number one more hits than them. You know, there's too many hits that she got from ones, you know, birthdays, and she got tons of hits. So they may not have that. Definitely Whitney Houston don't got tons of hits. But we're just talking about talent level of the singing. And I'll just leave it at that. I think that era, you know what I mean, my grams and my mom's era is better than my era, and I think my era is better than this shit now. And let's go to Hov. So he said Hov wasn't the real deal, or he got to the top of the mountain by default, by Big. And if you know, yeah, over here we deal sports, hip-hop. Yeah, this week, I love hip-hop. And the Matrix, born in hip-hop. Y'all know who I think is the best MC. I think it's Nas. And so does KRS-One. Yeah, so does KRS-One, who I quote on the show a lot. Like, do you ever think about when you out of here? Record deal, win video, out of here. $5,000 love seat, out of here. BDP is old school, but we ain't going out. Like, Boogie Down was performing here. They ain't no joke. Like, he think Nas is the best, and so do I. Now, a little caveat, Hov is number 2 in my book. Was going back and forth with SNS. Shout outs to the Icy gang, you know what I mean? That big drip, that Icy drip, that shit is hitting hard in the streets right now. When he had his album, when he had his listening party, we was in Harlem. Shout outs to the bakery, 133rd and Amsterdam. We was up there. We was all arguing who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. You could go see the other video I did, and I told y'all who the best MCs is. It is Nas, Hov. I didn't give y'all number 3, 4, or 5. That's coming soon. Because we're going to talk about Dave East, top 5, and Styles P, top 5. Dave East got Snoop over Hov? What? What? Like, did Hov write for them? Oh yeah, he did write songs. We'll get to that. We definitely gonna get to that. I don't think Hov became who he is by default. Like, I will say that on the streets, no, the city is mine. He did self-proclaim that he's the king now. Nobody really said nothing or challenged him. You had X out there killing him at that time. 97, 98, X killing him. You had Mace out here. What you know about going out head west, red text TVs, all up in the headrest, trying to live it up, rock to, yeah, that hit. Mace was out. But the whole was like, check your videos, you always be number 2. I'm platinum a million times, nigga. Check the credits. S. Carter, Ghostwriter. And for the right price, I can even make yo shit tighter. Roasted, y'all know the lyrics. If you don't, then go listen to Hard Knock Life. You know what I mean? No, Life and Times of Sean Carter, Volume 1. 2 was Hard Knock Life. But he smacked Mace around a little bit. Like, yeah, you check your own videos. You always be number 2. You had the locks out then. Yeah, you had the locks out then. You had Cam out then, hard hitting with 357 and came with that first album. Nori, 97, 98, crazy. 98, 99, crazy. Then in 2000, things shift a little bit. But Nas was out. Yeah, Nas was out. So it's not like default, New York ain't have no heavy hitters. We had super heavy hitters at that time. In fact, you had to be super nice. You know what I mean? You had to be super nice to fuck with the heavyweights. But if Big was alive, people always try to make this argument like, yo, but if Big, you know, like the big lovers and Big is one of the best, obviously, even though his body of work is small now, considering Hov got, well, over like 10 albums, I think, you know what I mean? Nas over 7, 8 albums, maybe 9 albums with the King's Disease. Karis won 24 albums. Kobe, rest in peace, the Black Mamba. And a slew of, I mean, like, Big Pun got 2 albums, you know what I mean? And Dave East even had him in his top 5. And I think Pun is super nice, super lyricist. 2 albums, though, nah. Even Big, nah. Like, you get dropped down, you know what I mean? Not enough body of work. For the people that's putting out consistent music over 20 years period, 15 years period. Busta, you know what I mean? Level of Extinction 2, that album is fire. And Busta been out for a long time, kind of underrated a little bit. You know what I mean? With the albums, with the shit that he contributed to music. So was it by default that whole, you know what I mean, rose to the top? And this is outside of business, like fuck the title and the business moves he made with Clutch, you know, whatever he got. I'm talking about lyrics, songs, albums, contribution to the culture over a long period of time. And nobody put that man where he at. That's why he said, oh, niggas thought they can make a Hov. Okay, make another Hov. Then make another Hov. Let's see another Reasonable Doubt. Let's see another Black Album. Let's see another Blueprint 3. Like, and I could go on. Like, that's got more than 3 classic albums. Yeah, more than 3 classic albums. We don't see that now. And you're probably not going to see that. Not with all the same rhythm songs that everybody be spitting now. You know what I mean? So this era here could not even fuck with the 90s, in my opinion, at all. And you hear people like the Baby come out like, yeah, I'm the best out right now. Or he think he's the best. You're not better than no Kendrick Lamar. What? Oh, he's not better than J. Cole's. What? Yeah, like, I don't think he's better than those 2 artists. I don't think he's better than those 2 artists. Jada's still making music, not better than him, not better than Fab. You know what I mean? In my opinion. He's not whack. I'm not saying he trash. I'm not saying he L Trashington. I'm saying he's not better than them, in my opinion. Especially with the body of music that you put out. Where's the classics at? Where's the one classic album? I mean, I'll wait, because you got to have at least one classic album on your resume to even be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that album at? You know what I mean? Where's the quotables at? Like, the Source used to have the quotables of the month, rhyme of the month, etc. We don't have that now. Like, everything is all opinion-based. But lastly, I'll say this before I get too long-winded. If it was a versus with hip-hop, 90s, late 80s, with now, blowout fashion, not even Shit is a massacre. Playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. 4-zip, 4-1, gentleman sweep. Get pat on the butt. Go that way. Like Big Pun's on his album. Go that way. Loser. It ain't no comparison. If it was a versus where we could just select the songs from certain eras, and see the thing about with sports and hip hop that's different, you know how we compare like, oh, if Steph Curry was playing in, you know, the Bill Russell era or the Magic Johnson era, or how we say Mike and them, which team could, you know, the 73 Warriors over the 72 Chicago Bulls. It's always like the rules, the 3-point line, more physicality. Hip hop is none of that. R&B singing is none of that. You can compare the eras. You really can. I mean, they may be singing and rapping about different shit, but it's not like, oh, he was 6'7", or he was the tallest man, or he played with superstars, he formed a team. Nah, you just press play, listen to, you know what I mean? Get your little drinky drink, smoke your little, you know what I mean? And listen to the music. And the music is going to tell you what's what. Because that's ageless. That's timeless. You could put on, like I said, the Baby album. You could put on the Migos album and compare it to a Coogee Rap album and see who's the better lyricist. See who was flowing and spitting bars, who was saying something and who's not saying something. Mumbo jumbo versus lyrics, flow, style, swags, sentences that make sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that part. It ain't no debate on that. It ain't like, oh nah, that's that era. Nah, press play. Nas' album right now, Illmatic, whole first album. And briefly, Snoop first album too. Obviously, he got classic. We seen him and do the documentary. I mean, not the documentary, the VERZUZ with DMX. Rest in peace. And you see the catalog that they had. That shit was sounding crazy. You ain't talk about the ghosts and the woos and you know what I mean, the black moons and you know what I mean. The list goes on and on and on when it comes to bars and songs and concepts and lyrics and melodies and you know what I mean, like the Tribe Called Quest. Like shit would be a slaughterhouse. It'd be a slaughterhouse. Only certain MCs will survive. That's why I be saying some of Nas songs is like 5 or 6 of these people's songs. Some of them. You know what I mean? Come on now. Being Siegel, like, these niggas is nice. Can't fuck with these niggas. That's out now and that's same. Everybody got the same rhythm, the same melody. They just saying different shit. The cookies, the bookies, the bookies, the flow. The cookies, the cookies, the cookies, the flow. The human, the human, the fluid is up. Zooming, we go. Right? That's what niggas is doing. They getting the melody and the rhythm and they doing that shit, bro. They not coming up with no bars. They not coming up with no shit that be like, oh, this shit is all the way fire. It's the same shit. That's why even with females, they all sound, that shit sound the same. And that's why I be on the channel wrecking them, going in. Like, that's not it. It's not that feeling, you know what I mean? So whether you, like again, whether you on his side or whether he was spitting straight facts, whether you think he's off his rocker, it's really all opinion based. I got my opinion, you got yours, you got your preference, you may have your preference, and we all could come and debate and have fun, but at the end of the day, we probably won't change each other's minds. You know what I mean? You could go back and listen for yourself and say, is Stephanie Mills a better singer than Beyonce? Vocal-wise and singing-wise? Yeah, I would say so. And if not better, equal, so then how could you know, it's like, again, in sports, if you're going to say rings and the GOATs and Brady's the GOAT, right? 7 rings, 9 Super Bowls, Michael, 6, Robert Horry, 7, Bill Russell, 11. Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to base it on championships, you can say, oh, nah, they better because of this. But if you even with somebody and, you know, you got more hits and you got better writers, you know what I mean? You ain't got the Barry Gordys and Smokey Robinsons. You ain't got, you know what I mean, people penning them hits for you. The Neos of the world, the Kerry Hilsons, then what do you have? You know what I mean? Like, and that goes with everybody. Everybody had good writers, like R&B singers and singers, groups and all that. A lot of them ain't write they shit. They had writers for them. You know what I mean? It's different in rap. You got to write your own shit in rap. That's why people look at Drake with the side eye. Oh yeah, riding through the 6 with my OOs, like people say. You know what I mean? Niggas wrote that for him. So you never really could be considered top. If people is writing your shit, you know what I mean? Like writing all, like Eazy-E, Ice Cube wrote for him. Ice Cube was a dope MC and lyricist. And not only did he write for himself, but he wrote for others. He penned other hit records for others. Like, here you go, throw you the assist. So I'm leaving with, I don't think he was off his rocker. I mean, I'm not going to definitely say Beyonce can't sing. She definitely could sing. She may not could be able to sing at the level, like he said, of a Patti LaBelle and Whitney Houston. But a lot of singers of today, and a couple of years, the Monicas, the Brandys, Mary J. Blige, none of them could fuck with the Whitney Houstons and Patti LaBelles and Stephanie Mills and Nita Bakers, you know what I mean? Even Mariah, you know what I mean? She got a lot of hit records too. You know what I mean? A lot of hit records. But just the singing, the hitting the high note and could blow and all that. Everybody just can't blow. They need the music behind it. They need the auto-tune. They only go to certain levels. Like even R. Kelly's a great writer. Like he done wrote penned mad hits. But he can't sing. He like was Aaron Hall. That's why people was like he jacked Aaron Hall, took his whole shit. Wasn't blowing you out the water like a Luther Vandross, like a Barry White. Like, yeah, I could go on, but I'm not, because time is ticking, you know what I mean? But that's my opinion, like it always is. It's my opinion until I say otherwise. I'm sticking with it till you show me, and I'll be like, oh, all right, now you got it. Got a point. Other than that, I'm rolling with what I'm saying. You know what it is. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted. So sometimes we mess up when we having fun with this shit. We authentic that feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.